In
40%
2001,
of international
the
conflict
UN
linked
General
to natural
Assembly
resources
declared
exploitation UNEP. 41 Gambian officers complete training by German police. 5 days capacity building for goalkeeping trainers ends. Join us for this and more after the break. Welcome back. You're watching Gambia 24 News with me, Mariama Champ. Thanks for joining us, and now the news in detail. The United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, says at least 40% of all internal conflicts have been linked to the exploitation of natural resources over the last 60 years. These include high-value resources such as timber, diamonds, gold and oil, or sacred resources such as fertile land and water. UNEP says as the world marks the International Day for Preventing the Exploitation of the Environment in War and Armed Conflict. Let's take a listen.
In 2001, the UN General Assembly declared November 16 as the International Day for Preventing the Exploitation of the Environment in War and Armed Conflict. In that regard, humanity has always counted our casualties in terms of dead, wounded soldiers and civilians, while sidelining the environment according to the United Nations Environment Programme. The environment is always the unpublicized victim of war, whereas water wells have been polluted, crops touched, forests cut down, soils poisoned, and animals killed to gain military advantage. Conflicts involving natural resources have also been found to be twice as likely to relapse, the UN Environment Body said in a statement on Friday. The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres wrote that UN member states need to act boldly and urgently to reduce the risks that environmental degradation and climate change present for conflict. Guterres also stated that states must commit to protecting the planet from the debilitating effects of war if the world is to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. The United Nations Environmental Assembly had in May 2016 adopted a resolution recognizing the role of healthy ecosystems and sustainable managed resources in reducing the risks of armed conflicts. For iAfrica TV, Sohna Tunkara.
That was the UN on the International Day War Conflict with regards to environment. Now in 2019, a German police support team began providing training for 200 officers of Gambia's Police Intervention Unit, which is primarily responsible for tackling protests. On Friday, 41 of those officers successfully completed the training and were certified. Naisise was at the closing ceremony and Sina reports.
41 out of the 200 officers from the Gambia Police Intervention Unit who have completed a few weeks training by the German police were on Friday certified. The officers have passed 4 basic skills training according to their instructors at the Gambia Police Training Academy. Stephen Hash, the German police head of training, said there was a wonderful commitment to the courses by the trainees. He advised the trainees to make best use of the knowledge and tactics gained from the training and to share with their colleagues.
Impart your knowledge to all your colleagues in the different stations all over of the Gambia. We need your support by transferring your knowledge to these officers which haven't had the possibility to participate, of course. You, dear participants, only you and all other qualified trainers are able to implement the democratic guidelines of police work region-wide in a comprehensive and timely manner all over the Gambia.
Germany has reached a critical level as European countries experience a second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. As a result, its police support team in Banjul is called back to help support efforts in tackling the coronavirus pandemic, therefore putting their Gambia project on hold. Robert Nerud, the project manager of the German police support team, said they are sorry but they have to leave. He said his team will return to Gambia when the new coronavirus pandemic in Germany is put under control.
It is my sad task to inform you that the crisis situation in Germany exceeded. You might have followed the news. We have reached a very critical level of infection rate, which is now a national threat. Germany needs to collect now all its resources, including remaining police officers, to cope with the threat and to take extraordinary measures. I'm therefore very sorry to say that we need to put another break in our training support. We need to wait and overcome the crisis in Germany particularly and in Europe in general. But I'm confident that we will do this, as we do have mastered many problems and crises before. And we will soon be back in Gambia, addressing again my brothers from the Gambian Police Force to continue our partnerly cooperation and to continue in further trainings, further developing and professionalizing the Gambian Police Force colleagues, as well as the bit we are taking out of it and bring it back to Germany.
The Germany police also gave the Gambia Police Force 106 pairs of boots, 220 pairs of shocks, 400 snappers, 400 handcuffs and 20 torchlights. The Inspector General of the Gambia Police Force said the police are grateful for the support.
To the German government for their continued support in these past years. It is our hope that this partnership will continue to grow from strength to strength for the mutual benefit of our two countries.
This is the fourth training provided to Gambian officers by Germans on various skills, including how to handle demonstrations and tactics to use in arresting offenders. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Daisy.
Those were officers from the PIU trained on protest by the German police. Join us for, we'll be right back after the break. Welcome back. The Gambia Football Federation GFF has concluded a 5-day training for 30 goalkeeping trainers from the first and second division. The training was centered on football and COVID-19, but no official matches have been played since March when the first case of coronavirus was reported in the country. More in this report.
The Gambia Football Federation said the training is meant to educate goalkeeper coaches and their teams on how to prepare and handle football matches while observing precautionary COVID-19 measures. Football officials are planning to resume league football after an 8-month break due to the coronavirus pandemic. However, the Gambia is set to resume its qualifying campaign for the African Nations Cup at home to Gabon on November 16. Sangdao is the technical director of the Gambia Football Federation.
For instance, in the next 2 weeks, the Gambia will be playing against Gabon in the Gambia and is going to play behind closed doors. We're not sure whether our league we should play behind closed doors because there was a meeting between the federation and the ministry, and we're having these trials. We try to sell them how we want to do it. So we're trying to implement it from here until December. If it works, then I think we will have the green light to play. If it doesn't work, like if the rate rises again, if we don't respect the guidelines and everything start happening, government will have to stop us again. So it's our responsibilities as leaders.
Meanwhile, Paswara Faye, the president of the Gambia Football Coaches Association, said the training will help goalkeeping trainers to professionally execute their duties.
I mean, the journey ahead of them is to go back to their clubs. What was the problem is, some of them were just named as goalkeeper trainer. The TOR was not known. How to be part of the team, they don't know. How to execute it, they don't know. So from here, they've taught all of those things have been taught to them. So
the goalkeeper coaches are expected to return to their various clubs and begin implementing what they have learned, that is, executing their duties while observing COVID-19 measures. Abdullah Gay, a goalkeeper coach at Walidan Football Club who spoke on behalf of his colleagues, said there is a need for more training.
And we really appreciate all what we have here. I believe we acquire so many knowledge here. Since the beginning of the training, I believe we learn so many things, especially when it comes to COVID-19, because it's all about COVID-19 and football. My fellow goalkeeper trainers, we learn so many things here, and I believe when we go back, we will be able to tell our players and in our community, this is what we learned from this course. And we are appealing, if we can have this every 6 months or every year, it's going to be good for us.
The football season in the Gambia has been closed for the past 7 months since the country registered its first case in March. Meanwhile, the Football Federation expects to open the league in December depending on the COVID-19 situation in the country. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Mariama Cham.
Those were trained goalkeeping coaches in the pandemic during football. And now the Gambia Open Society Forum and the Foundation for Youth Development and Leadership on Thursday called on youth to join ongoing cleansing exercises of Muslim and Christian cemeteries. Both faiths had fundamental disagreements recently on whether the draft constitution now discarded should include the word secular in its definition of the Gambia. Let's take a listen.
Suleiman Ben Suare of the Gambia Open Society Forum has told iAfrica TV in a phone-in interview that an initiative his organization is involved in will foster social cohesion between Muslims and Christians. Suare's Open Society Forum and the Foundation for Youth Development and Leadership are involved in ongoing cleansing of Muslims and Christian cemetery in the Gambia. Apart from fostering cordial relationship between both faiths, the two groups said the main purpose of the cleaning exercise is to pay respect to the dead, and they want more youths to join them.
The citizens of this country should not wait for the government. We should be able to do things on our own. That is the example we want to set. We want to do something. Engage and encourage other people. That is why we want to collaborate with the youth so as they are the majority. So they will be able to bring the elders to join in order to bring the country as one. This is what we want to put in place. It was successful, but there is still room for improvement. That is why we are calling on the youths and every community. It is good for them to answer the call.
Sidiki Njai, a youth activist, said youths should be involved in initiatives promoting harmony in the Gambia. Njai also urged the youths not to wait to be called upon to join effort at cleaning cemeteries because they are the final destination for everyone.
Here is our final destination. If you want your legacy to be maintained after you are gone, then maintain the legacy of those who were here before you. Not all people who are laid here are from Banjul. They are from all parts of the country. There is no difference in background. We should be mindful and not to allow others to put differences in our minds. That will bring conflict. This is our country. We own it. We live here. And we are the only ones who can make it. So, there should not be differences between us.
Aissatou Gassama, the Vice President of the Foundation for Youth Development and Leadership, also said the youths need to join initiative fostering national development.
Earlier, the youth are the creme de la creme of the society, and the youths need to come on board from every workplace, from every background, to come together and foster national development. This is basically the agenda of the foundation. We want to help the government, especially in the educational sector, to improve the educational sector of the Gambia. So youths from every background needs to come together and work together as a family to ensure and foster national development.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
And then we still have vacancies for the Foundation for Youth Development, and we are allowing in applicants to send in their application to join the Foundation for Youth Development, because we believe there are so many competent youths out there that we are not given the platform to come and showcase what they have. So this is a platform, and this is an opportunity for youths out there to come and join the foundation and work towards fostering the national development.
The idea to clean Muslim and Christian cemeteries is also meant to diffuse tension between the two faiths, according to the organizations behind the initiative. They are hopeful that the project will specifically help restore trust and confidence between Christians and Muslims. For iAfrica News, I am Fatmata Kasim.
CSOs there are calling on the youths to engage in the cleansing exercise of our cemeteries. Now that will take us to the end of Gambia 24. For more news, join iAfrica.tv. I was your presenter, Mariama Cham. Stay tuned.